Morning, gang. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to level up Dark Knight to 80. I'm almost there. I'm at 76. I'll probably be there tomorrow once I do my roulettes for the day, but I realized that I can save a couple of roulettes by getting experience from role quests. Which doesn't actually look like one's available. Oh, wait. Is this the role quest? No, it can't be. No. Does it automatically give you the role quests? Oh. Okay, so actually my role quest is already done. Well. Yeah, I was figuring I'd do the role quests, but I can't. So let's just do Hildebrand then. Let's just do Hildebrand. I was like, that's gonna be a little bit of extra experience for me. But nah, I'd rather focus on Hildebrand stuff and doing stuff on stream. So let's change up. Just change up the title really quick here. It's all beautiful. Don't trust anyone over 60. Just the quest title alone. Very true words. Gee. Much as it pains me to admit, a gentleman's stamina is not without limits. I dare say I could do with a spot of tea. Inspector, is it just me, or have those two been looking at us for the past few minutes? Tis quite normal behavior for my adoring fans, I should think. When finally presented with an opportunity to meet their idol in the flesh, all too many succumb to their fear and flee. Or maybe, just maybe, they're the Grand Bloody Sirs! Come on! They're getting away. Outside the gates of Lancashire. Spare the flamin' rod, spoil the milk slop. What? What? Where could those two have gone? Fairy take me, I haven't run like that since Sir Chabere chased me up and down the steps of faith brandishing a flaming... Wait, where's Gigi? Hearken to me, you dastardly rapscallions, you have nowhere to run! Reveal yourselves at once! Where is Gigi? I shall not ask you again. Come forth, grand sirs, name yourselves, answer for your misdeeds! Slayer of 1,000 worms, the silver spear which hath pierced the very heavens, Orland! Master of magics ancient and awesome, the divine witch hath defeated all maladies save senescence and incontinence, Gonspart. Grand Sirs, Excelsior! I don't know whether to laugh or cry, mayhap both. Grand Sirs, you stand accused of willfully and unlawfully convincing young maidens of Ishgard to attend private parties under false pretenses, thereby inflicting upon them terrible financial and emotional distress. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, am come on behalf of these poor defenseless innocents, and to see that no others are made to suffer as they did. Now lay down your arms and surrender yourselves unto my custody. The audacity of this boy! You should feel ashamed of your words and deeds. You will rue this day and rue it hard! Goes. God's hot mistress, the air streaming past, the blood pumping, the taste of copper on my lips, the slight dizziness. It was like a day on this that we met, wasn't it? And when we soared into those azure skies, we never truly came back down. Do mine eyes deceive? Pig's knee of my heart descended from Halone's halls to guide me to her bosom. My beloved, my everything, long have I waited for this moment. Take me in your arms once more and lift me higher. Higher, higher, higher. What is going on? What is going on? Is the man did he take fall damage? He took fall damage? Orland! 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 Did the man act... Did the man die? Alas, poor Orland. I knew him not the slightest, but he seemed a decent man, chicanery and attempted murder notwithstanding. Chicanery and attempted murder notwithstanding. I love this. Just, God, even out of context. Oh, rue this day and rue it hard. Wait, I've seen this before, and all too recently. Yes, anyway, he's only mostly dead. If the Master of Magic's an ancient and awesome here acts with all haste, the man may yet be saved. Oh, right, you're referring to me. I see, I see. With all haste, was it? Yes, yes, I'll get right on that. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, and that I may smite. No, wait, that's no good. Let me see. Something of rather less controversial tradition. Yes, something more pep. A vortex of biting winds to rend the flesh. And smite my foes! Foes? I thought you were friends! Saint Renette bugger me with a bleeding gale bog my back! 'Twould seem I've underestimated you lot. That makes two of us? Enough! Leave them be, or do you not care what becomes of the mammoth? Oh, you are so fucked now. I am going to kill you so hard. Gigi, but when? How? thought I recognized you, first in Ishgard, then in Idleshire. You've been following us since we left the capital. Fair faces, fair and fearsome, the Midnight Shadow Witch had deceived kings and queens. Doris! You can't possibly have been so naive as to think we'd not seen through your ridiculous disguises. And yet here you are, so effortlessly and easily lured into our trap, for which we are most grateful. Mind, my companions and I are hardly cut out for the life on the road. And all has been in preparation for this moment. The parties, the petty schemes from the first. The objective of this grand design has been this singular mammoth. I swear to you, if you harm Gigi in any way, we have no desire to hurt the boy, but we require his help to reclaim that which is rightfully ours, our youth. Confound it, I can't see. Damn, they're very slowly getting away. Papa Hildy! Gigi! Stay strong, my son. I swear I shall find you. We can just I have a gun. I have a gun. We can just shoot them. They're on the way out already. I mean, like, you know... Fine job he did protecting that mammoth of his, eh? Remind me again why we didn't just, you know... Do you think they're headed for the old mill? If not, can we go anyway? I haven't had cider in ages. 12 strike me for a fool. So desperate was I to seize the grand sirs that I failed to discern the true intent before it was too late. And now poor Gigi's in their clutches. What if I never see my beloved son again? I suppose we ought to be prepared for the worst. They could be halfway to Rod's at Han by now. I very much doubt that, given that they were moving at an Adamantoise's pace. The little milksop's right. Let's get after those old buggers. That's what my mentor used to call me, among other things. Oh, the memories. Hi, Ren. Let us continue. That is not where I'm supposed to be going. Honestly, while I'm here, I may as well do it because it's a completed quest. Oh, this is where you get the next stage of the ultimates. Okay. I know the ultimates and savages, but still. Let me guess, wondering why I haven't gone and smacked him upside the head and put an end to this rubbish, eh? There's a time for cracking skulls and a time for letting your idiot son deal with his troubles of his own, that's why. We did, I mean, I haven't done Savage yet, but, we did, a couple nights ago, Sunday. I didn't do it on stream. You poked in when we were doing it, though, on the server. We were doing the first extreme of Dawn Trail, and we got 5 clears that night. First night I've tried it. First night any of us had it. Ulu hadn't even done it yet. You mustn't act rashly. If they realize they're being watched, they may attempt to flee again, very slowly. Think he's sleeping or just resting his eyes? So, it seems the Grandsires have been caught once more by the very inspector that was trying to catch them. How ironic, how premature that we have them, yes. But they still have Gigi, damn it. If only some manner of opportunity would present itself. Asking ye shall receive. We can ambush the wizened dragoon, take him hostage, and demand an exchange. Alright, we're back online. We're back online. How is stripping an old man naked more gentlemanly than taking him hostage? Rest assured I shall reveal all soon enough. Godspeed, Mavic. Alright, time to beat up the elderly. Let's do it. I knew you'd... Wait, who are you again? There's someone that's awfully familiar about those muscular forearms, strong yet tender-looking fingers. I'd say, would you be so kind as to massage my shoulders, young man? This lingering ache, this tension that Gonspart can't seem to soothe with his magics. Remove my breastplate? Oh, of course, how silly of me. Pray lend me a hand with the straps. Truly, young man, you are a saint. I swear, it's the little things you begin to appreciate. My dear departed wife used to help me with my armor, you know. Right. I should be, seated to better receive your tender ministrations. Ah, the healing tingle. Would that I had a tincture of salamander with which to treat these aches. My little pigsy used to spread some on my chest and under my nose to help me sleep through the night. Come, do not be shy. Work those soothing fingers into each and every knot, slowly. Make me forget my troubles. Why? Is every Hildebrand quest going to include a portion where we massage people? Close your eyes and dream. The old dragoon snoring suddenly stops, and you begin to fear you may have bore witness to his final moments. Leaning closer, you extend a hesitant finger only to stop short when sudden spasm signals the resumption of his labored breathing. I may have massaged a man to death. With the utmost care, you remove Orland's sabatons and breeches, leaving the sleeping old man exposed to the elements and at the mercy of nearby ravenous bears and tentacled marbles. May he rest in peace. Yeah, good luck, Orland. Good night, sweet prince. Oh yes, let's not even bother to discuss the moral and ethical implications, much less the legal ones. think he's sleeping or just resting his eyes. Let me guess. What? Alrighty. Yeah, same words. My stalwart assistant. By your return, I gather you've taken care of the dragoon, and by taking care of, I mean afford him all due courtesy and befitting of a man of his years, whilst returning with the equipment I require. Capital. Then without further ado, I shall disguise myself as Orland and free Gigi from captivity. You two look nothing alike. They may be old and slow, but they're not blind. Oh, ye of little faith, you are in for a treat, for you shall have front row seat to the magnificent display of Mandervillian guile and subterfuge. Is it time for dinner yet? We just ate, you daft bugger. Where the hell's is Orland? I know he's got to piss every hour, but damn it, he could be quick about it. Greetings, fellow antediluvians. I have returned. Oh, bollocks. It's about time. Okay, no, that's bollocks. Pick up your things. I want us back on the road in 10 minutes. Before that, we must first release young Gigi here. Just behavior unbecoming of a gentleman to keep children in cages. What in the seven hells are you blathering about? He's going to get away. No, he will not. See, still here, within my care. Right. Then, on a completely unrelated note, I shall now take the boy with me on a brief sojourn into the wilderness. Fury, take me. It's working. He's about to walk out of here with Gigi, and they won't even try to stop him. So far, so good. Cold, and there are morbles after me. I'm me, but you're also me. That can't be, unless... That's it. This is the moment when my life flashes before my eyes. Oh, my dearest pig's knee, we'll be together at last. Imposter! How dare you attempt to trick me with a ruse so hackneyed it would be make a minstrel blush. Gods, I never realized dying would hurt so much. Now's a chance, Gigi. Come with me. Vivi, wait! Oh, his name is actually Vivi! He's literally just Vivi! Ah! My son, what's gotten into you? Vivi. Vivi, where have I heard that name before? Remember who you are, Vivi. What you are, a creation of the great Charlian Archmagus Quan. Quan, I was given like, oh god, wait, Quan was Vivi's dad's name in Final Fantasy IX, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Because his dad was a coup. Grandpapa Quan! I remember now, we lived together and he taught me many things about the outside world. Was he a gourmand? What exactly do you remember, my son? Everything, yes, everything. I remember that Grandpapa Quan created me, and he took care of me, raised me, and now we were very happy. But then he abandoned me. Grandpapa Quan abandoned me. He believed you were flawed, Vivi, that you lacked the power to turn back the hands of time and make him young again, and so in his ignorance he cast you out and died all alone. To turn back the hands of time? Then what we witnessed in the Crozier with the Duke's priceless vase, that power could be brought to bear on people? Wait, how do you know all of this? You couldn't possibly have been associates of this Archmagus Quan. We found his journals during one of our recent trips into the Grand Library. Scavenging for valuable relics is one of the very few ways we have left to make a living. We were famed heroes of the war in our prime, with fortunes to match, but no soldier has the strength to triumph over time, and before we knew it, the hour of the sheath was upon us. Ishgard no longer had need of our services. So we came here to eke out a living, to keep doing what we do best until our bodies wouldn't let us. Imagine our surprise when we stumbled upon the opportunity of a lifetime, a second lifetime, as it were. A mammoth with the power to take that which was broken and restore it to its prime state, to turn back time with its temporal magics and give us our misspent youth. Fury, take me. This is also... I couldn't even know if this is a precedent to determine whether or not this constitutes heresy. We knew where to look even with the journals. We had determined the mammoth was somewhere in the Western Highlands. A chance for a second chance was within reach, and then we were forced to watch as you imbeciles pulled Vivi from the snow, nearly ruining everything. Vivi, listen to me. Come with us and we can help you unlock your true potential. Just think what you could accomplish were you to master your magics. Not only could you make us young again, but you may even have the power to restore life to Archmagus Quan. Vivi. Impossible. No magic can truly return the dead to us. At best, you can animate a corpse, and I need not review my precedents to declare that the products of necromancy are abominations in the eyes of the Fury. Gigi, wait! What of our adventures? What of our gazebo? You're a Manderville mammoth! You have always been so kind to me, Papa Hildy, and I will forever be grateful for that. But Grandpapa Quan made me. He made me, and I miss him. So even if it fails, I have to try. What are you doing? They're getting away! We have to stop them! Mayhap we must respect Gigi's decision. So that's the end of that chapter, eh? You're giving up and coming back home? I too made a decision long ago to become a traveling inspector, and I have ever stood by it. Mayhap it's from this singular stubbornness of mine that Gigi took inspiration. Nay, I cannot abide it. He's my flesh and blood, my son. I dare not let him use his temporal magics to pervert the natural order. Aye, it falls to me, his father, to ensure that Gigi keeps to the righteous path and utilizes only traditional methods of zombification to raise the dead. Inquisitor Seer, I must applaud your dedication to your work, and cannot thank you enough for all that you've done on our behalf. Yet I fear that if we continue as we are, Gigi may be driven to rash action. Therefore, I would ask that you suspend your pursuit of the Grand Stairs for a time, that I might be afforded the opportunity to convince my son to return peacefully. Well, seeing as we can only guess as to the full extent of Gigi's powers, it might prove dangerous to act aggressively should he choose to use them. I knew you would understand. Right then, there's no time to waste. Nashu, let us retire to our new gazebo and discuss plans. I suppose it'd be a shame if he had given up that easily, though that means I'll have to stick around even longer. On the other hand, if the bloody mammoth really got the power to make them young again, then she'd be willing to welcome him into the family if it means immortality. I decided to suspend my pursuit, and I will, but that doesn't mean I won't continue my investigation into that mammoth and its powers in Ishgard. I see you saw fit to return to the capital as well. The Inquisition has a rather large collection of heretical tomes, including many of Charlian origin, and I have mind to scour them for information on temporal magics. This is, of course, all for the sake of confirming the mammoth's heretical origins. Yes, only that. What are you looking at me like that? To imply that my interest in these matters is more than a professional one? I'm sure I don't know what you're not talking about. Thank you. That will be all. She's awfully young herself to be so concerned with eternal youth. Yeah. There's just more goblins every single time. The proud and the pointy-eared. We need to speak. I've been scouring the archives for any information regarding temporal magic since we last spoke, and the results have been rather troubling, to say the least. As you may or may not believe, ancient Alag is portrayed in the Icridian as a cautionary tale. The great empire brought low by its vanity and hubris. However, there are certain apocryphal texts in which the Alagons are cast in a more sympathetic light, if not outright exalted. 'Twas in these texts that I found reference to temporal magics once wielded by Alagon mages. Said magic could be used to halt or even reverse the temporal state of a given object. If these accounts are to be believed, then Gigi's abilities and these magics are one and the same. Then it may well be possible for him to turn back the hands of time for the Grand Sirs, much as he restored the Duke's priceless vase. That being said, there's no telling how this will work with regards to a living being. Consider, if you will, that the vase was filled with water when it shattered. Even if the vessel was restored, what would become of its former contents? Would it be filled with water as before, or the very same every drop returned, or would it be different water, or would the water once spilt be forever lost? I speak of the soul, my friend, for even if one uses these magics to restore the dead to life, would they be as they were before, with all the same thoughts and memories and feelings? The Grand Sirs are convinced they can regain their lost youth, and mayhap they can, but the dead, who have entered into Holone's halls cannot return. They cannot! Yet Gigi nevertheless is resolved to try and resurrect Archmage's Quan. Speaking of which, according to some Charlian texts in the archives, Archmage's Quan was an accomplished scholar known for his study of ancient Allagan magics. Further evidence that Gigi's abilities are likely derived from ancient traditions, I suppose. More importantly, I learned the location of the Archmage's former residence. Mayhap we could find something of interest there, something which could help us persuade Gigi to change his course. If I had a mind to summon Inspector Hildebrand and make a journey there together, will you be joining us? This absurdly youthful mother saying that there's evidence that her appearance hasn't changed in the last 23 years. Let us be about our business. I saw you, heretic! Beg your pardon, are you accusing me of being a heretic? Yes, you, Inquisitor Seer, I saw you sneak into the archives and sneak out of the forbidden tomes. Saw the mad light in your eyes as you partook of their forbidden knowledge. Oh, for the love of... I did all of that for my investigation. Ah, you admit your crimes. You did secretly, without permission, in blatant contravention of our rules, read forbidden tomes by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the supreme sacred tribunal of the Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. You stupid, ignorant... Are you all so desperate to keep your goddamn jobs that you'll go around accusing all the world and his wife of heresy? Is that what we've been reduced to? I'm sick and tired of looking for heretics in every bloody shadow, of trying to guess the secret sins of everyone I meet. It's stupid and pointless, and we're better off than that, damn it. We're better than that. Oh my god, he's coming around. He thinks the Inquisition is dumb. He understands. If you will not surrender yourself, I have no choice but to inform my superiors. Well, that came tumbling out, didn't it? I suppose there's no point in trying to convince myself that I have no personal investment in this matter, or that I still have a professional one. Somewhere along the way, I stopped looking for the guilty and started looking for the truth, perhaps, and a way to help those in need. There's no place for people like that in the Inquisition, is there? And there's only a matter of time before that stuttering fool comes back with an armed guard. Let's depart for Idleshire at once. We must needs find the inspector. God damn it, Hildy, I raised you'd have better sense than this. Are you looking for the inspector? He went off on his lonesome. It would seem we arrived too late. Inspector Hildebrand's already gone off on his own to confront the Grand Sirs. They came back briefly to trade jingly shine for supplies and whatnot, you see, and the Gobbies ear caught them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. When the inspector learned about it later, he said he had to get after them right away and backtake Gigi. He said he had a duty, not as an inspector, but as a father. If you can straight up say the organization I work for has no place for people who care about the truth and helping others, then maybe it's time to quit. Yeah. Bugger that, he's got no obligations to a bloody mammoth, especially one that chose to leave of its own free will, as I recall. I swear, I turn my back on the boy for one bleeding second and loses all his goddamn mind. I'm afraid he might try to do something reckless. Don't you think we should try and find him and offer hand-lending? I'm rather more concerned about what will happen if the Grand Sirs attack, or worse, if any of, or worse, kill any of Hraesvelgr's brood. First things first, I suppose. Mavik, would you be so kind as to assist Mistress Nashu and Julienne in their search for the inspector? I'll pay a visit to Archmage's Quan's abandoned home in the meantime. And before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear for my safety. Let's just say that our singular experiences together have inured me to the harsh realities of, well, reality. I'm curious. That scrawny little shite's finally found his spine. Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the inspector probably went there first to ask after the Grand Sirs. So if we do the same, we're sure to catch up to him eventually. How long ago did the Archmages live? Because I thought they were, like, pretty old. Also, I kind of want to do the Pictomancer quests on stream. I should probably do that at some point. Because I loved the intro to the Pictomancer quest. It was adorable. But yeah, like Realm was in, like, the 4th Astral Era or something. So, like, no. Hildy practically grew up in the saddle, gave him his firm thighs and buttocks, it did. Alright then, I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the Inspector or the Grand Sirs or Gigi, come and tell me. Oh, it's in the house. Is it in the house? No. I was lying. Big liar. The Ish Guardians with the Mammoth, they were here, I proclaiming tall and sundry that they were going to slay the greatest dragon of them all, but the gods only know if the naive fools were serious. The Inquisitor that came after us is going to see her trying to stop them from killing one of the friendly dragons and be like, heretic, even though they know that if they kill any of Racevelger's brood, it'll spark war again. Those daft sods, they were for Annex trying. Not quite sure what their intentions were, but they were awfully confident, that much I recall. Three Dragon Slayers and a Mammoth, eh? I'd call you a mummer if I hadn't seen them come through earlier, boasting about how they're off to kill the biggest one yet. Oh, I see. So the Grand Sirs are headed for Annex Trine. And my dear boy wasn't far behind him either. What are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go! Oh, neat. Oh, the hunters at Tailfeather, you mean? You're talking about the Grand Sirs. Did Hildy do this? Usually he ends up on the receiving end. Now one of the Grand Sirs. This poor unfortunate soul in pain and need who bears a striking resemblance to Orland is quite firmly embedded in the earth. Would you look at that? The inspector sure gave him what for. That may be, but where'd the other two get to? Not to mention the Mammoth. Why don't we pull him out and ask? Though, having said that, it looks easier said than done. How silly of me. You've got more than enough strength to yank him free, right? Oh. won't be. He's wearing some sort of magic mask, what makes him look just like the Inspector, just like the man of 1,000 faces back in Ulda. No, that's Hildebrand, all right. There's no fool in a mother's eyes. I say, what trouble has my beloved son gotten himself into this time? Why, hello there, Lord Godbert and Inspector Sear. How do you two end up traveling together? Blind fortune, you might say. I was too far from Tailfeather when night began to fall, and fortunately Lord Godbert chanced to find me wandering in the wilderness. Lord Edmund told me all about this recent trouble with the Grand Sirs, as well as Hildy's investigation, and a father cannot help but take an interest in his son's affairs, can he? As for me, I was eager to share with you my latest findings, namely Archmage Quan's research notes. I haven't slept like that since I was buried in the Lich Yard. Well, well, I must confess, no small measure of embarrassment to be found in such a state, having been so unceremoniously disposed of by the Grand Sirs. But ignominy notwithstanding, I am most grateful for all your succor, and will pleasantly surprised to be reunited with you all. This wouldn't have happened had you waited for us instead of... Wait, why in the hells were you wearing that rubbish? An impenetrable disguise is essential when consorting with the criminal elements. Alas, it would seem the Grand Sirs have grown more perceptive in their newfound youth. Wait, do you mean they've already regained their youth? What about Gigi? Did you see him? Was he behaving strangely? Oh, there, you mention it. His warm, soulful eyes were rather more pointy than I remember. By the Fury, not pointy! Not pointy. According to Archmage Quan's notes, that's a sign Gigi's using too much magic. If he carries on like this, his ether will be expended and will end up not more than an empty husk. Terrible news! We must catch up to the Grand Sirs at once! Do you know where they were headed? All I heard was they were keen to slay dragons. They were bound for the Turning Mists, a place called Zenith, to kill a great worm named Nidhogg. I've already done that. Really? All that happened? Huh. I meant the other one! Hraesvelgr! Hraesvelgr? Fury, take me! What could they possibly hope to achieve? Pointy-eyed. Watching Hildy learn and grow as a father reminds me of my own trials and tribulations. He looks well enough, but I wonder. At least you found the Inspector, right? After finally achieving peace after 1,000 years of war, they want to kill Hraesvelgr? That doesn't make any sense. If I could turn back time. Hildebrand wishes to entreat you in a matter of grave import. Gigi! Also known as Vivi, but his secret is safe with you. Yes! I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby ask you all to aid me in rescuing my son and putting a stop to the Grand Sirs' machinations. You know, there's really no need for that. We came because we wanted to help. I, Nashu, faithful assistant, maker of explosives extraordinaire, do hereby present to you this fresh change of clothing. Capital, I knew I could count on you, Nashu. I should change it en route. Come, my friends, to Zenith and to Gigi. His disguise may be amazing, but nothing beats the classic Inspector look. Huh, I think I stand in the heart of Dravanian territory. Me. How long ago was I scouring the streets for heretics? Spending too much time at this altitude can't be good for my skin. I say, what brilliant craftsmanship. How did they manage? Make ready, my friends. The final battle with the Grand Sirs is at hand. It would seem my wounds were more serious than I thought. I fear I'm in no condition to confront our foes. There's but one thing that can restore me to my former indomitable self. Don't you worry, I've got some salamander oil right here. Shall Mummy give her baby boy a massage? My dearest Mother dearest, I would not impose that upon you, not when my ever-loyal associate Mavic— God, why? Is this my job? Don't tell me you're embarrassed. Let Mummy take care of little Hildy's hurts. My dear wife, I know you mean well, but let Mavic handle it. Theirs is a bond which transcends time and space and personal boundaries. That's the way of it. I'm counting on you. Let us brook no further delay. Come, my friend, coat my body in oil as you have done many times before. Okay. How it soothes my aches and pains. Quickly now, knead it into my flesh. Knead as you've never kneaded before. What do you all have to say about this? Oh, the memories. Salamander oil massages are something of a Manderville tradition, one I hope to pass on to little Gigi someday. You may as well get on with it. I wish Inspector Hildebrand would let me oil him up. Such furious kneading. I applaud your enthusiasm, but mayhap I urge you to use excessive force. Nay, you are in the right. Already the gentle warmth begins to spread through my body. The fires of righteousness burn anew in my breast. Hold, son. Though your passion is renewed, you may yet be spurred to greater feats of Mandervillian strength, derived from the purest essence of salamanders, the ancient legacy of House Manderville. Sander Manderville! To you, my beloved son, now become a proud father, I bequeath to you this most sacred of oils. Salamanderville? Could it be the legends were true? Your muscles shall shine with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. No mortal man will have the power to do you harm. Verily it is so. For by its grace did I once weather the slings of arrows and of a bandit horde, and bring my hammer of justice to bear upon their wicked heads. The time has come, Mavic. Take this oil and help Hildy become the Manderville man he was meant to be. Salamanderville. The best for a Manderville man to rise to the top as the cream only can. So for lack of a logical plan, massage the man Manderville man. Salamanderville, how it flows into my every nook and cranny. Quickly now, lay your hands upon me. Massage me with all your might. Yes, that's the spirit. I can feel it. Building and rising and rising. Such passion, such fervor. I am an inferno unbound, the tempest unleashed, but I have not yet begun to pose. What do you guys have to say about it? Inspector Hildebrand's already so shiny, I think I might go blind. May as well get on with it. Oh, the memories. Salamander oil must... yeah. Okay, you already said that. I am a Manderville man. Was the salamander oil massages a thing just to set up the eventual Salamanderville pun? Probably. The Salamanderville, my word, I have never felt so alive. Such vibrant colors, such intense sounds, such fragrant smells. Mother, father, Mavic, 'twas your oils and strong yet tender fingers which opened my eyes to the glory of creation. I am a gentleman inspector reborn. Onward to zenith. No matter the laws of nature they pervert, or the limits they break, the grand sirs can do naught to stop me. Grandsires, I've come for my son. Oh, must we do this now? We have a dragon to slay. There's no need for any of this. The war is over. Okay, I'm gonna call it also. I'm gonna call it that Hildebrand is gonna die for real. Or, like, get mortally injured. And Gigi Vivi is gonna use the last of his power to bring Hildebrand back to life instead of his original father because, found family and all that. The Warrior of Light being a fursuit. I'm just a rabbit. There is no fursuit. I'm just a bunny. Ignore the seams. There's no need for any of this. The war is over. But not for long. The worm's death will give rise to a new era of fire and blood, and we, having consumed his eyes, will use our powers to win untold glory on the battlefield. Our legends will echo in eternity. You would doom countless innocents for glory. I won't allow it over my dead body. Far be it from us to deny you, then. This is the end for you. The ultimate end. He loves his wife so much. Does the dice of the round shatter? Faith, my love, he is our son. Gigi, my beautiful boy, pray do not look on me with such pointy eyes. Let Papa Hildy take you home to our gazebo. Stop calling me that. My name is Vivi. Vivi, and I remember everything. My powers, my purpose, my grandpapa Quan. I made them young again, but it's not enough. I need more. I need the worm's eyes, and then I can finally bring him back. Sorry, Gigi, but you cannot. Grandpapa Quan is gone. He's right, Gigi. Mayhap you could restore his corporeal form and breathe life into it, but his soul, what made him your grandpapa, is forever beyond your reach. That's not true. I can restore anything to its ideal form, to the way it should have been. It should be, even Grandpapa Quan, even you, Papa Hildy. Please, Gigi, you have to stop. If you keep using this power, you'll die. I don't understand. Your clothes are still dirty and tattered. As they should be, Gigi, for my every waking moment is as the gods intended. Every day I live life to the fullest. Every day I enjoy grand adventures. I found your grandpapa's research notes. What he gave you wasn't the power to make things the way they were. He gave you the power to change the world, to make things the way you yourself believe they should be. That's why your magics have no effect on the Inspector, because you know in your heart that his battered and bruised form of his is, in its own way, right. My thoughts exactly, Inquisitor Seer, and it's for the self-same reason that you are unable to make Grandmaster Quan younger. In your heart, you knew he was exactly as he needed to be, there was not that needed to be changed. Your beloved grandpapa was exactly as he should be. Your every day was to be treasured and worthy of celebration. Then what about the Grand Sirs? Why was I able to make them young again? All you truly knew of them were the stories they told, wondrous tales of daring do and heroism by the prime of their lives. No wonder you were able to envision them as such. That's all they ever talked about when they were young and free and full of fire. At first, Archmage Quan didn't understand the true nature of your abilities. He struggled to deduce why you could not make him younger as he originally intended. Eventually, he realized that your fond memories of him were preventing you from conceiving him of him as anything other than an elderly creator, and that the only way to achieve this goal would be to take them from you. But you were all he had left in the world, no longer a mere mammoth, but a friend, family, his only family, his grandson. He couldn't bear to lose you, so he renounced his quest for immortality. But I still lost my memories in the end. He was afraid of leaving you all alone in the world, afraid that others would attempt to take advantage of you and your magics. So, before he died, he decided to take your memories from you, after all, to protect you. But despite his best efforts, something remained, something much stronger and more powerful and more resilient than anything Archmage Quan ever dared dream. You were never broken, Gigi. You were never abandoned. All he wanted was to set you free. Free? Free to do what? Whatever you like, Gigi, don't you see? That was his final gift to you. A new life, a new story all your own. That's all been very touching, but we're not getting any younger. Well, you aren't, at any rate. We have suffered your meddling long enough. I intend to use this trap to kill the worm, but since you are so perfectly positioned... You think this would kill Racevelger? This would not... This is too slow. And Racevelger's had his entire wing ripped off and been fine. I am Vivi, grandson of Archmages Quan and Gigi, son of Hildebrand, Hildor, Maximilian Vanderbilt. I didn't read the entire thing. Yeah, basically. Like, he wouldn't be that stupid. I, a person who has fought Hraesvelgr, knows that probably wouldn't have worked. The boy. Was there no trial? This is the end of the Heavensward version, right? Because I'm about to get the minion. We've done like 5 different patches worth of quests. Is this the end of the Heavensward ones? Godbert's supposed to be naked. That's what Vivi has decided. Oh. Also, when I finished up Final Fantasy IX, I was like, oh, if Vivi's kids are all here, does that mean that Vivi is dead? It does. My dumbass didn't realize the ending monologue of 9 was from Vivi's perspective. It was Vivi saying goodbye to the party as he died. It's Godbert in his underwear and the old Dragoon without armor you stole from him. Can you tell? I'm a level 100 Sage. You can just ask me. It's like it never happened. With the last of his strength, he turned back the hands of time. Not just for the pillars, but for us all. He made us all as we once were, as we were meant to be. After all that gallivanting about, I get bugger all. What about my misspent youth? I was not meant to be this bloody old. Such a fine day. Never have I squatted with such perfect form. I may well have reached my physical peak. What rot act your age, you daft sod. You look foolish. You should be grateful. Gigi saw what you had become and gave you a second chance. That was our second chance to relive our glory days. It was all rather silly, though, wasn't it? Maybe Quan had the right of it. Maybe it's not so bad growing old. I was a coward when I was young, but now that I'm old, I'm not afraid to say things like, I love you, Doris. You're a blind, bloody fool, Gonspart. I'd love it if Hraesvelgr did fly down right now and be like, what the fuck are you all doing on my mountain? Can you go away? How many times do I have to ask you to leave me alone? I say, am I dead again? Right alive, Inspector, along with everyone else, thanks to Gigi. The Grandsters are also in custody. You know, a reality-altered recreation who will never realize the changes Gigi might have accidentally made. Who knows? That's my boy. Where is the little tyke anyway? Gigi embarked on a grand adventure. He's no longer with us. I see. If that's what he wanted, then I could not be happier for him. I'm sure Archmage Quan would feel the same way. What do we do now, Inspector? Is it not obvious, Nashu? The wide world beckons to us with the promise of mystery and wonder. We shall resume our never-ending quest for cases that perplexing and profound, and perhaps one day we shall meet young Gigi again. I hate to admit it, this whole mess got me thinking that this maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I really did have a grandson. You did right by Gigi, Hildy. You're a father and I can see that. We're proud of the man you've become. And I'm proud of you too, Mother, for finally coming to terms with the ephemeral nature of physical beauty and allowing yourself to age gracefully. Oh, he's gonna die. He's gonna die so hard. He's gonna die for real. She's gonna yeet him out of the churning mists and pile drive him into the ground 5 miles below. Gracefully, was it? I fear we may have had a failure to communicate. There he goes again. Wait for me, Inspector, wait! Hark, what is that curious light I spy in the far eastern skies? And this oh so familiar scent which fills my nostrils. Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged may want for succor, I, Hildebrand, shall be there till we meet again! There were no Shadowbringers Hildebrand quests, right? Because he couldn't go to an alternate dimension? Or I could be wrong. I say, you do know that so long as the core remains intact, little Gigi is not actually dead? That's right, so dry your tears, boy. There's no need for all this moping about. He's fallen into a dormant state because he used up all of his ether. His core will gradually recharge as it draws upon ambient ether, and in time he will awaken from his torpor. I shall tend to the child for now. As for these three, I should be glad to take them back to Ishgard in your stead. Most generous offer, my lord, but hardly necessary. After all, 'tis my duty to bring them to justice. Oh yes, it was my duty. After everything I have said to that young Inquisitor, I can't go back to Ishgard. They'll toss me into jail and throw away the key if they don't kill me outright. So go to Idleshire and live in Hildy's gazebo. Someone ought to look after it while he's away now. Doesn't sound that bad, actually. Full glad am I to accept your offer. I suppose there's nothing for it but to wait till he comes back down. 'Twas a most graceful strike, my love. You haven't lost your touch. I suppose there's nothing left for it but to leave to the grand sirs to Lord Godbert and for me to see Inspector Hildebrand's gazebo. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. If you find yourself in Idleshire, come see me. There are a few arrangements that I need to make, but I can't imagine it'll take that long for me to settle in. Thank you, my friend. Until we meet again. Yeah, I'm surprised the original Hildebrand questline had 2 whole duties to go with it, but there were no duties for this one. I do want to try and... I don't know if I can get these done before, I don't know if I can get these done before patch 7.1 happens, but I do... I do want to try so that I can actually do the Hildebrand quests. Oh, he shows up in that dungeon in the Path of Heroes? Looking back on the course I've run, it's hard not to think of the man I was and feel ashamed. Before I took on this case, I had only left the capital a handful of times. There was rubbish I believed, facts I considered unassailable. Fury, take me what a fool I was. If I had met you and the inspector and Gigi, I would never have realized how much I had come to hate my job, nor would I have discovered how much more satisfying it is to seek the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. One might say that getting labeled as a heretic and having to flee Ishgard is the best thing that could have happened to me. After all, now I'm free to start a new life in Idleshire as a consulting inspector. But enough of that. There is something that someone I'd like you to meet. Lord Godbert made some modifications, as you can see. His smaller size should allow him to absorb ether more efficiently over time. We thought that if he were to travel with you and share in your grand adventures, that maybe it would hasten his reawakening. Thank you, my friend. I do hope our paths cross again someday. May the Fury bless and keep you. Also known as Vivi, but his secret is safe with you. I love that. I love that so much. Oh, there's like a credit scene. Should all the furniture have this weird texture on it? God, I've got to do the Hero's Gauntlet now. I'm gonna do it once I've finished the Hildebrand quests. Koblins and more Koblins. I could read that much at least. Hildebrand will return? Will he return? Hello? What are you doing here? What are you doing at Gigi's house? The secret to the Lost Art of Temporal Magics is believed to be buried deep within this ancient automaton created by the legendary Charlian Archmagus Quan. Vitality levels are dangerously low due to a power drainage necessary to save the lives of his companions. Oh! Lad's sitting down now. Alright, I'm going to assume that the next Hildebrand quest is in Kugane. Hingentail Nashu goes east. That sure sounds like it. Hey, you're Eorzean, right? An adventurer, maybe? Good at killing and whatnot? Me? Oh, I'm no good at it. I mean, other than the occasional rat, but I've got a job for you if you're interested. There's this Mikote girl, an incredible, beautiful, wonderful girl in this tavern, right? Come all the way from Eorzea, like you and me. So beautiful, this girl, so beautiful. But in this weird, strange place where all the people are bowing all the time and getting on the ground and tucking their legs under them, a young girl traveling by herself is in danger. Some bad people could trick her and make her do, you know, things. Anyway, get in there and keep her safe. I'll be watching. It's the guy who was stalking Nashu in the Realm Reborn quest? I do not remember that. I do not remember that at all. I love Gigi. He's wonderful. And I love that he does the little hat tilt. Does he do the Manderville pose? I feel like I've seen other people's Gigi minions do that. The flex. So it's not specifically a Manderville pose. Actually, can I pose if I pose at him? No. I know some minions have reactions to things. Like the Heidelin and Zodiark minions will fight each other if they're nearby. I am gonna have to start work in like 20 minutes. So rather than begin this quest line in earnest, I feel like I should maybe just stop things right here. Once I'm done with this, I want to go do the Hero's Gauntlet. See if I can find Hildebrand. But I want to do the Kugane quests first. But thank you guys for hanging out. Let's see if anybody else is live that I want to go and toss things over to. I was trying to decide who I want to raid. I want to raid somebody, and then I want to go make myself some food. Oh, this person has a cute avatar. Let's do it. We're gonna raid Dancing Lemurs with an underscore. If you're on YouTube, we're going to twitch.tv/Dancing Lemurs with an underscore. Until next time, we'll be seeing you guys later. Thanks for hanging out.